Welcome to the episode 6 of the Efficient Rates podcast. It's 6 somehow. Good
Yeah,
job, guys.
well,
I appreciate it. We exist. We are here. I guess we've been doing things, I
yeah.
guess. Good and the bad takes, man. The good and bad takes podcast. Maybe
Yeah.
mostly bad takes. Who knows? But either way.
Depends. I guess like the biggest, most eventful thing I think that's happened as of right now is that we have a complete set list for 17.
Yeah, it's finally over. We finally have the entire sets card pool, and oh my god, it's I gotta apologize to one person in particular, and that is gonna be to my guy here, Mr. Willem. I am so sorry. I know you are the dedicated Kaido player. I know you're this guy, and I am so sorry you got no Onigashima Island. I can't believe that wasn't the card they got.
I got like who even was it?
Conjuro?
Conjuro, yeah.
Is this the guy who like betrayed everyone or something? It's like the betrayer or whatever. Like
For context, yes, yeah. Sorry. For context, Will has, I think, only read Egghead, and Sparks, like, he is the part skipper of all time. He is the man who will skip parts, so...
I mean, like, I think, yeah, I mean, this card seems pretty good. When attacking, show your hand to your opponent.
The better Conjuro, yeah.
Holy one.
Unironically, that card might be better. I mean, sorry, this card is good, but like,
no, sorry.
Really.
Yo, what are we saying? Come on. You can't start up this early with this bullshit. Come on.
Sorry, it's good because it has counter. It's not a good effect.
What?
Sorry, what are you saying? Can you explain this to me? Do you mean the new 2-cost, the purple Conjuro is only good because it's a 1k counter?
Yes.
Why don't you play vanilla 2k then instead?
Dude,
what a concept.
Aaron, I will be, buddy. All right.
This is fine. This card is good. It's fine. No, I don't see the issue.
We just don't need 1Ks, bro. We need more 2Ks.
What is happening?
Sorry. I think the point of this card is just to go, like, again, this is a lethal game push kind of thing, right? Or like a board control option. Like, that's the entire point of this card.
Right? I literally don't. They'll say board control, and they're like, yeah, but you have no cards in hand.
No, sorry, that is the main issue of this deck. But I'm saying, like, the fact that this allows you to rest any character, then like either have like a good swing into it, right? Because obviously Kaido effect does help you out in that scenario, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think this has options, but overall, it is definitely rough. Wait, what do you mean this is unsearchable?
It is unsearchable. I think it's a little weird that this doesn't say 9 cost.
This is not. Sorry, yo, what? There's no way.
I'm not playing it. It's not searchable. I'm not playing it.
Well, sorry. Also, unsearchable as in there is only one searcher in this format that will be rotated out coming next format, right? Isn't that the idea?
Wait, they didn't give me a searcher in the set, did they?
Yeah, no, they didn't. But you know, Shinx can get like 3.
Block 2? Sorry, is the one that I'm playing block 2?
It's fine.
Yeah. You still have like a year with the Animal Kingdom Pirates event.
Oh my god, this deck is gonna suck balls. Oh my god, no searches. It's like you're playing
no draw.
Top end, searches, no draw.
No draw, no
your opening hand is how you play. Oh, you bricked out? Fuck you.
Dude, you have Queen, man. This is not so dire. You got Queen.
Yeah. Okay.
You have Queen and Searcher.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, no, I think it's funny that this doesn't say 9 cost because like it means that you have to play Apple Fritter Kaido and you can't like play lead performers to activate this. Yeah. Just like a subtle downside of this card on top of its larger downsides. I feel
like we have to talk about the more exciting card of the Pandaman alt prints of like Hazrudin and the other guy, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Like those are cute. It's funny.
Do we have to?
Is this a thing? Who is Pandaman? I'm not familiar with this at all.
You don't know the Pandaman lore?
No.
He's like he's like in the background a lot. Like, you know that clown guy from Amazing World of Gumball? How he's like always in the background?
Yes, I do know that actually.
Okay, good. Pandaman is that.
Oh, was he in the manga? I don't.
Yeah.
This is not like an anime only. I totally missed this then.
Is this a big thing? This is like in the SBS.
Sorry, how did you know this? How did you know this?
The SBS and stuff.
I might skip parts, Aaron, but I read them really well.
He's so talented.
No, this is in SBS's, guys. This is like a thing they talk about in SBS's.
It's in the manga, bro.
I know he's in the manga, Will. I'm saying he's in the SBS. Like, he talks about it more. The only reason I know this guy exists is because of the SBS's and people were talking about it during the, just random trivia stuff.
I saw him in Egghead.
Okay, then. I mean, it's fine. He's a guy.
He's also in one of the best One Piece games ever made, One Piece World Seeker. I'm kidding. That game is poo.
Also, this is
for all you World Seeker fans. Give us a shout out.
Yeah. All the World Seeker fans in the comments, give us a purple heart. Let us know you're there.
So this is an alt art.
What?
Yeah, look at the star on the corner.
No.
Yeah, my favorite common alt art. Sorry, is it a rare? No, it's a common. My favorite common
That's a
alt art.
common. This can't be real. If I pull this, I'm gonna tweak.
I don't think it counts as a hit. I hope not. That would make you cry.
Like, if this is like an SP slot, I'm okay with that in a way. I'm hoping that's the only idea where it's like this costs like, you know, this is the really secret $1,000 Omega rare. Wow, I got the Pandaman King do, guys. It's super playable in Ace, I guess.
I think it'd be really funny if like these just had like they did take like the SP slot and then they were just like aggressively foiled.
Yeah.
like insane texturing and foiling. It's like the most aura card that you've ever seen.
It's like twice as thick as a normal card just with the foiling.
Could it be instead of like the Jolly Roger foil, it's the Pandaman foil, which is a bunch of Pandaman in the background?
Ooh, it's fire.
You know what? I kind of fuck with that. You know what? I'd be okay if that was the case.
That's actually sick. That's actually
sick. I would be as long as it doesn't take like if I pull a Pandaman instead of a Fritter Kaido, I'm gonna be upset.
Hopefully it's not SP slot. Honestly, that's all I'm hoping for.
I mean, like I hope that it's just like you might get a Pandaman in a common slot and be like, woo,
You know, unlike when you get the Conjuro in the common slot and you think,
is it a rare?
No, it's a common.
That's gonna be a bad pre-release hit. The Conjuro.
Oh yeah. My god. Yeah, that's awful.
Unplayable tier. There's a lot of I think like playable, like strange pre-release cards, like the Kaido events that ramp you 3 Dawn. Are those? Is it ever worth it in pre-release?
I think I've heard people say it was. I think I've heard people say that was actually the case where you do.
It seems like a really risky strategy, but like having a 10k down while your opponent only has a 6k is pretty good.
But also, if you pull like the Gundari Meteor Shower, it's like it is just a Blast Breath. Like it's Blast Breath and also.
Oh yeah, you're for sure playing it. Like you're always playing. I mean, like for the most part, like you never pull enough counter events that you're not playing like most of them.
There's so many now, in the game where it takes up so many of your cards. Actually, it is kind of weird, huh?
Oh, this Flamenco guy seems actually kind of good for pre-release.
Yes, that's a hidden goat.
You know, I will say honestly, now that we actually do have all the cards, maybe we could talk a bit more about how good pre-release would be. Now, if we were talking about pre-release goats, the new Fossa is actually kind of insane. Let's be so real here. No counter, but 5,000 attack blocker 1 cost. It's crazy. Wait, what? Thankfully, it says no other Fossa characters. So watch out for the Fossa leaders, guys. They're coming.
You're scaring me, man.
That's crazy.
Too much. Wait, what Fossa is this? I can't find the card.
It's a card.
It was revealed today.
It's today? Okay.
It is new, yeah.
This is terrible. This card sucks so bad. It's a brick?
Stop lying.
Why is it a brick?
I don't know, man. A quick word, like, as the resident Newgate player, I just want to quickly say my thoughts about this card. This card would be like infinitely better if this was a 1-for-2 that got +3, and I think it should have natural blocker instead of conditional blocker. Everything else can be the same. I think it would maybe be too good. Like you could make it a brick at that point if it was nat blocker, but like I don't think we're scared of red being too good with a 1-for-2 blocker.
How are the Kaido cards? Or not the Kaido cards, but how are the Rocks Pirates cards? Do you think are going to be in this format? A lot of them kind of require you to have like a Rocks thing revealed, or
is the Newgate one Rocks card locked?
It's also I think it's Rocks leader locked.
No. Well, the +3 is but if you're in pre-release, obviously you are a Rocks Pirates type leader, right?
Yeah, but you have to show that you have to give a Rocks card though.
No, you do not. Not for Newgate.
Oh, really? Oh, is the Newgate just be Rocks leader?
You may trash 1 card from your hand to activate this effect. Your leader gains +2 power during this battle.
That's the Newgate?
Yes, Newgate.
I thought Newgate was +3.
Oh, sorry. No. Sorry, the Edward Newgate is locked to Rock Pirates type, but the Edward Newgate leader is any card. It's fine.
Yeah. But the 6-cost Newgate from Rocks Pirates.
Yes. Okay.
You just have to be a Rocks leader for that.
Yeah. Yes. But here's the one thing though too as well. Stussie's not locked. The Charlotte Linlin, the 5-cost, is just like a draw 2 in this format, right? Like that's gonna be kind of insane for a rare goat, man. A rare goat, honestly. And obviously the problem is like maybe the Shiki is a little bit too rough if you don't find any more Rocks Pirates type card. But like there's enough like probably good comments I think that are gonna be pretty good for you.
Captain John's gonna be kind of saucy.
But I want to say like the -3 on the Shiki actually probably is like even just being a 7/9 rush character is really good, and sometimes having the -3 will be I think a fairly big boon to this deck.
I agree. I think just character rush is so good in pre-release that I think it's playable. If you have like enough, I think you for sure play it. If you don't, I think it's still worth considering just looking at what you get in general.
Yeah. Oh my god. Also, the zero cost events I think are both really good as well. The Rocks Pirates, the one with the Sun Goku one, is really insane. Just being a 5 cost bounce of 6, I think for tempo is really good to have, as well as just counter for your characters with rocks or just your leader is also just a random 2K. It's nice. I think what else do you really have here? It's like the unlockable event also is kind of insane. It's a rare as well though, which kind of makes it a little bit tougher to find consistently. But just having an unblockable on your lead is going to be insane.
I think the Captain John actually is quite interesting in pre-release because if you can play it with a deck that actually has counter, it does basically mean that you're a 6K lead just while he's out on the board. It's a little, I think it's going to be open to interaction because I think lots of decks are going to be looking to see how many interactable like cards they can get. Stuff like the Rocks Pirates events to sort of deal with board.
The Jozu is probably pretty strong too then, right?
6 cost Jozu?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Being an 8,000, yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I think generically the Whitebeard Pirates seem like overall they have the best pre-release potential. They're pretty much always like at least helpful because most of it being leader like only leader locked means that they're super playable. I think like Odin is probably like not that playable, but stuff like Marco is still pretty decent if you can get enough Whitebeard Pirates in your hand.
Sorry, what is the Odin lock to? Is it any 8,000 power or like sorry, any 6,000 power or less, or is it Whitebeard Pirates type with 6,000 power or less? What's the restriction on that?
It is Whitebeard Pirates or Land of Wano with 6,000 power or less.
Okay, yeah, no, it's definitely more rough, but
yeah.
though the Ezo's pretty good though. I think overall the Ezo's gonna be like a staple if you can find it. But that's a rare, right? It's a rare as well.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
in that slot as well, where hopefully if you find it, I think it's going to like definitely carry you on some runs, or at least be such a good rate too. 4/6 with rush character -6 is crazy work.
It's pretty good. What do you fellas think about this cheeky Howlin' Gab? Lots of people were thinking about this in pre-release when it was revealed.
It has counter. I don't know. It has counter, man. I can't really complain too much about it. Just the fact that it has counter means that you're allowed to just play it whenever. Like it feels like more flexible in this kind of a meta. Banish, I think, is also not bad.
Can you remind me what it does?
It is just a banish rest a character that has plus 1,000 character, like a plus 1,000 counter, 8 cost for 8,000 power. Like it's not static great. Like the stats aren't amazing on this card, but
yeah,
I think just having banish and resting the characters like it does some cool things, but like it's definitely worse than like cards like the Beckman, right? Overall.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think this is. I feel like this actually won't be that good in pre-release. That's my hot take.
Oh,
I think banish is great. Don't get me wrong, but I think on curve you play this rest a guy. You have to already have a guy who's able to clear, so you have to basically forego a turn of offense. I think to just protect it. Protect what you're gonna clear the thing with. I feel like the on play is a bit wasted potential for pre-release.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, I think the one thing though that people are getting more happy about is just it's a common, obviously. Just like having this like be a very consistent piece in your decks will be like what's getting you there half the time. Because it's so hard to like find anything else and be like, well, I'm really betting on the 3 sweet commanders to help me with my my board presence my board control options, or wow, I'm looking for the Ben Beckman. It's like, yeah, everyone is, man. If you find Ben Beckman, you're probably gonna have a really good time if you find it. Being able to say I can Howlin' Gab out. This is probably like the best it's ever gonna be in this meta. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the pre-release staple because you can find it very easily, and like the stats on it are, while not amazing, obviously 8 cost is a lot, especially only for an 8,000 power. But I think just having the ability to like to always be there, always be consistent top end, and I think banish is good. Like having access to like a banish on like a big body is a fairly decent line to have.
I think overall, maybe this is a little bit too much of a snap take, but I'm just thinking in my head. I think the color of cards that you're looking for the least probably in pre-release is the black cards. I think a lot of them either have plus costs that's completely wasted because they don't become blockers, or they need you to have a second card on your board that inherently makes those sort of strategies just more risky and not as strong because they don't have blockers, so there's just less benefit for doing that.
You know what? I was gonna ask you guys what the worst color in this one was, and I was between. I think at this point, you know what? Actually, there's a lot of pretty bad colors right now in this set. Like, because I don't think yellow is going to be that great overall. If that makes sense. I feel like having like the fact that they're too overstated, right? And you're not consistently going to get obviously the 10 cost Linlin to help them out a lot more. But obviously, like there's like cards like the Cracker that's like a 3 for 5, sorry, a 5 cost that gives you a life, right? Like, there's a lot of life in this, so it's like you do have extra utility in these, so it's not exactly like they're useless, but obviously the bodies in them will not be, for most people, in a good enough spot to feel playable in a lot of ways. Like the 3-speed commanders is like, well, it's an 8 Dawn play that gives you a 4,000 guy, but like again, you draw a card, gain a life, give 2 things -3. It's like it's so hard for me to understand these are going to be actually like good enough in these decks. It feels like they're in like the flex spots, right? Where it's like, well, if I don't have enough like good other like utility cards, then there's not really a point in playing it. But like, yeah, I feel like playing this on 8 feels terrible. Like playing Commander on 8 it feels awful. Playing Smoothie on 7 is like, what are we doing? You know, it feels like you're losing so much pressure on this for very little upside.
I think overall the best one will probably be the Cracker, just because, like, 5 cost to gain a life is just a pretty decent rate in pre-release. And I mean, I think there is something to be said about them being triggered, just as straight up trigger bodies with no extra cost or requirements. I mean, it's definitely bad when you're playing 8 Dawn or 7 Dawn for a 4K, but it's not the same if you get it for free. You might be more lenient towards putting Dawns on them and allowing them to swing for at least 5.
Well, now we're looking at like I think also a very strong countercard to that strategy though that exists in the set, right? And it's one that I don't think is going to see too much play outside of this pre-release, but I think it will experience a huge surge in popularity during this. And that is if yellow is like, very playable in this set, Charlotte Chiffin seems a little bit too good, don't you think? A little bit too.
You ever get tired, Matt? Do you ever get tired of this?
No.
Good enough. Fair. Fair.
Though, it's weird though. I think the 9-cost king and stuff and like the elite performers might actually be pretty good in this set. Like
I think performers looks good.
The performers just being like a 9-cost gain a life, 9 for 11 body. I think in a
feel
way
like
it might be the best thing you have, right?
True. Yeah. I mean, what rarity is it against? A rare?
Yes.
I think the performers.
Yeah.
And then is the king and queen commons?
Yes, they are. Oh no, queen's uncommon.
I think one of them is,
King is common. Yeah, king is common, queen is uncommon, and obviously our favorite Jack is a common as well. So you're gonna be seeing that a lot in your games.
Yeah, most obvious common in the world, by the way.
Yeah, but I think like Leap Performers is good, but at the rare slot, I think you're looking for the Whitebeard Pirates, like Jozu or Izo. Like I think those cards are going to be complete monsters.
I mean, Ben Beckman
basically giving you a free turn. Ben Beckman, yeah.
You're looking for a lot of cards in the rare slot, yeah. Izo.
Yeah, lots of good rare cards.
But yeah, Ben Beckman, I think you are probably looking for, I guess not yellow, but what other like what colors there was the last one? Blue for, yeah. Honestly, all of the blue rare ones are also kind of insane. Like Ross's crazy stuff, yeah. Like, well, as an SR, but I'm saying for the rare slot. It's like the Linlin is great, Stassi's insane, and the Newgate are all really good rare cards that I think if you see, you're gonna feel very up. You're gonna feel very up. I wonder how bad Stassi is gonna be like for this meta, like just like how much it's gonna like control games when it comes out. I'm not prepared. We gotta do some insane testing when it comes out on the draft website because I'm gonna have a fun time with this. The question is Blenheim playable?
That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about it. I think probably not. I mean, actually, there is just something to be said about 2-cost blockers just in pre-release. Often because of the inconsistencies of being a pre-release, like you can get away with sort of just playing these sort of removable bodies.
I think I think in pre-release there's way less like you won't just see a random combo of cards that kills your guy. It'll be like one card. It'll be like that Shanks event, or it'll be the Luffy one. Probably not the Luffy one. So it'll really just be the Shanks one that you're looking out for.
I mean, the Luffy one's possible though. Like there are enough like good just generic like 12 costs that come out. Like the Sol I think is like a card that, like just as a 4 for 6 that like if you're playing enough Elbafs can sometimes just be a free card basically on curve. Like decently stab, but like also activates your 12 cost stuff. So I think Sol's not bad. I think you get Loki or like obviously it's secret rare, but like if you find like the 12, like any of the 12 bodies, like they're not that bad overall. And if it's just to activate effects, like I can understand like seeing random cards like the Usopp C play, like the all like the bodies that just give you like the plus 6,000, like the small Straw Hat Crews in black. So
Brook is going to be like the most picked probably just because you can get value from him without even having to have the plus power.
I mean, Brook feels like it's already like the most played one in in Blaffy as it is. It's like generic option.
It's nasty.
Yeah. Besides like Robin, I think, right? It's like between those ones, but it doesn't hit it though. You know what does not hit this is the purple rare Altian Page 1.
Ramp is
suck in pre-release. Oh my god.
Ramp is really interesting in pre-release a lot of the time, and I think if anybody has played the OP16 pre-release. One of the cards that definitely went under the radar for me that was much better than I thought it was going to be was the 5-cost Garp. Your opponent just going to 10 Dawn or 9 Dawn is kind of nuts. And obviously with these Kaido cards, it's a little bit weird because they ramp you more, but they're also way more costly. So I wonder if it'll be like a consistent strategy that's pretty decent. Overall.
Well, you see, thankfully into green, Aaron, you get to draw cards now. You get to actually draw cards. You can do it. It's possible. And blue.
True.
You can finally do something, maybe. It's so depressing. It's so sad, man. It's just so sad. I can't believe what happened to Purple Kaido. You know what? Maybe we can kind of end a little bit more. Any like last pre-release thoughts we want to talk about first? That's like kind of burning in the back of your mind at the moment. Like the Yasop's good. Yasop's a good SR, obviously.
Yeah, Restand is always good. Restand is almost always good in pre-release. It pretty much means that your opponent has to give up their turn in order to get rid of it, which they don't even always get the choice to do.
Yeah, and the events are good. I think we said it before, but like I think if you pull any of the events, like the Loki one that came out, but like I think any of just the random the 0 cost is pretty good in this card, and well, you know, pre-release. I think the 1 cost Charlotte the Big Mom ones are also pretty decent. I mean, the stage one doesn't really matter too much, but like it's just a +4, so it's like why not run it? You know what I mean? So yeah, just a couple of very good events in the set that I think we'll be very happy with, regardless of what goes on here. Guerrero 2 might also be kind of decent.
I have to reread the text on that to check what's locked
It
about
is
it.
Whitebeard Pirate locked to the +2000, but I think it's -2 something anything though.
Yes, that's pretty good. I mean, it's just like a 4K, right? If you need to counter for lead.
Obviously, it's only for lead though, mostly, but
can split, and that's value because there's going to be lots of 5s and 6s, and I think that's pretty good value.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I guess moving on though, I do want to talk a bit about like how we feel like the playability of the decks have come to this point in OP17. I mean, obviously we have all the cards now, so I think we can have a bit more of an informed decision on how the decks are going to play out, right? I think obviously it's going to be a lot different than how we thought of them as from the start of the set, because we have everything now. We have rocks as well too, you know? We have everything. We have legitimately every card. So I guess, guys, what do we think the best deck's going to be in this format?
Whew, that's tough. I think for me, on the overall, I think it's likely to be. I think there's a chance that it's probably rocks. I think it could be rocks for sure. I think in my head I'm debating between rocks and maybe Mihawk, but also Shanks. It's kind of they're very similar decks, but I think Mihawk right now is just a little bit more effective. And I think honestly, being a little bit more playable into rocks is probably going to be the difference maker between the two decks.
I have hope Bello Betty can make a comeback. I
Bello
think that
Betty would be nuts into rocks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if Bello Betty at all has a good matchup into Shanks, then I don't know.
It seems not bad
Like,
into
it
Shanks.
seems playable and it seems amazing into rock. So maybe we see a thing that like with OP11 where it was just like, oh yeah, Bello Betty can kind of beat Luffy sometimes. So they were like, whatever, let's just play it a lot. So I'm hoping it makes a comeback.
Sorry, do you say Bello Betty sometimes beat Blue Purple Luffy?
That was the most dominant like win rate of all time for like a deck.
Wrong.
It was like 95%. Betty.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
No, it was a try.
What are you saying? I thought it was like the most dominant matchup.
It was only winnable for
Blackbeard worse. BY Blackbeard was a worse matchup than the Bello Betty Luffy one.
What?
What do you say? What is happening?
BY,
Sorry.
BY Luffy.
Why are we talking about?
He said it's the worst of all time. It's not. That one's worse.
No, sorry. I said like
no, I don't think it is
fair, but like I also think it's not as bad. Yeah, no.
What about Blackbeard? What about Blackbeard Nami? Blackbeard Nami has to be worse. That's literally unwinnable for Nami.
Blackbeard. Which Nami? Blue yellow.
Old blue Nami. Yeah. No, old blue Nami.
Why would that be unwinnable for
Nami?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because what do you mean why? You negate them to leader and then they deck out and lose. You drop the 10 cost and swing board and then they don't win by decking out.
It's only negated for opponent's turn, like during the turn that the Blackbeard plays. So you just don't events to mill yourself out.
You
just play.
They don't have a choice.
You know what? I can't say enough of the matchup.
You just play
either.
It's like the freest matchup either. You just play out guys. It doesn't kill. It doesn't interact with your board. You just build a board, swing, and then once they're like, it's like 10 cards left in deck, you just drop the teach and swing again, and then they cannot use any counter events in their hand anymore.
So can I get more back on the topic of like, do you think the Betty matchup was like 50-50? What are we saying?
No, I thought it was like 70-30.
I think
It's
no, it
still
was
like
worse than that.
yeah, I think it's
I'm
like 80
I'm
or like
pretty sure
90 or something. Yeah, honestly,
I'm
but
pretty sure
like
it was only winnable if the blue purple Luffy triggered 2 or more dawns from his life. That was like the only
you know
time that
what?
you could even get it going, and even then, I don't think he won every time that
So
happened.
I
I
mean,
can
I
only
did it.
say
I did it with Betty, and I still lost. I lost like 2 games.
no. The trigger. I think what I had was I was playing purple Luffy, and like the best thing you could do honestly was like if you trigger the Dawns or Grapplade or Red Rock,
Yeah,
right?
Gravity basically wins you.
Between all of those
Not
things, like you have a couple of things that actually can get you there to like get you to the end game. But yeah, if you don't actually get any of those triggers, it's you were actually just like basically losing that every time.
But I still think that it's not as bad as like teach into Black Yellow Luffy, where just like you can't like they don't, you know what I mean? Like they've used their things. This is like pre ACOS Mori ban is what I'm talking about,
Mhm.
where they just like you just drop it like the whole deck. I mean, like they just can't do the 8 cost, so their deck doesn't really function as it's supposed to.
Yeah, but you do different things in that matchup though. Instead, like it's still a bad matchup, obviously for BY, but like you were supposed to be
I
doing
think at
different
its worst,
things.
it
You
was
played on
that
different.
deck was like I think at its worst that matchup was I think 75 favored to Blackbeard.
No, I think the Betty one was still more favored for Betty over
Okay, really?
the. Yeah, I think so.
It was pretty bad.
No, it was
pretty
miserable,
bad.
man. That was miserable if you're
Actually,
playing purple.
what about Buggy into Betty? Surely that's a better matchup, right? Buggy into Betty.
Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
pretty
about
good.
the same though. It's about the same, right? Like it's
Mm.
they're those were
But I
OP11
don't
was a
think the best
format
player.
where with the starter decks where if you faced into your bad matchup, you basically were like auto losing like half the time. You were
Yeah,
hoping that like you get like something lucky that goes on. If not, that's why it was so miserable. That's why OP11 was like one of the worst formats when the starter decks came out. You just could not play the game. Like it was you were not playing the game, you were playing a matchup simulator. You know? Like that's all it was. Like it was not like real One Piece. That's why like maybe was one of the worst formats I think I've played in modern memory. That's why I played in it very little, thankfully, but when you
yeah,
were
me too. Yeah,
online trying to play again, if you're playing online, you're playing anything honestly. It's like if you're playing Blurple and you face up against the Betty, it's like, well, I guess I lose. If you're playing Betty against any other deck for the most part, guess I lose. Kind of. I think Betty had like a weird matchup spread, but like it kind of felt more like if you're not playing against your good matchup, you're almost auto losing. And if it was buggy, you lose, right?
yeah. Dude, lose to Buggy.
And if you're playing any other deck into Blue or Luffy, it felt like you auto lost as well, right? Like Lucy was like the crazy grind game of like you are desperately hoping that you can kind of get a win in there somehow. Like if you can outperform your opponent, it is basically like a please can I outperform my opponent this time? You know, like please like don't let them have like anything lucky, and I can just like play so skillfully to get around their bullshit. And then you know what? If you're playing Buggy, it's I think Buggy was the one that I feel like had the best spread overall. Because I feel like you were obviously I think you were losing slightly to Blue Purple Luffy, but I think you did have a winning matchup into it, but you were also just dominantly winning into Betty very badly that format. So it was more did you expect a bit more Betty or Blue Purple Luffy? And if it was like a majority Blue Purple Luffy, it's like obviously it feels bad, but like you're kind of hoping on like the split of enough people where you're hoping to kind of get past your slightly unfavorable matchup with Blue Purple. So
Mhm.
yeah. Anyways, that form is dead though, by the way. But,
I miss when the game was simpler.
I don't.
I don't know if that's a hot take. You don't? I
No.
well not simpler
Ooh.
like play value body, play this value body. I kind of mean like EBO2.
What about EVO2?
Nothing particular, but the power level of the game at that point, I think is just my favorite, and I kind of miss it.
I think you liked when Vegapunk was good. I think that's what you're saying. Yeah.
No, listen. As much as I was like, hey, new Vegapunk card, I really didn't play Vegapunk that much at locals. I maybe played him 3 times total. I think I was way more into Black Moria at that time, and that was again still really fun. Because it could actually compete because it was at that point where it's like there were still very dominant decks, but the power was to a point where like the non-meta decks were only slightly behind, and if you played better than the other person or saw a luckier draw, then you actually had a chance. Now it feels like I don't know. It feels like you don't have as much of a chance into these top decks.
You know what? I don't think I grinded more with a deck than I have with EBO2 Vegapunk. That deck I played so much, and I didn't own the deck. I owned like a in-person GP deck. But I played the most Vegapunk matches in my life during that format. It was so fun. It was
It's
so
so
much
fun.
fun that.
That is
That was an
prime.
evil deck. That was an
No, it
evil
was not.
deck, dude.
No, it was not. You just didn't know how to play against it at the time. That deck is peak. In EBO2, Vegapunk was the perfect storm of like how Egghead should play. And then they just They printed Borsalino and didn't leader lock it, and they ruined it.
Part of it, yeah, that's partially it. But I remember like that deck just I could not trigger for anything. Like the bottom 2 life is like the 2 you're hoping that if you have an opponent that doesn't know how to play against it. Like again, the whole part about Vegapunk in that format was you were not supposed to swing until like later in the game to not give Vegapunk free value. And the issue is that people would swing and Vegapunk players get free bodies and they would win in as an aggro deck, basically, right? But the thing was, I basically every single time I played this deck would never trigger on the ones I didn't set up.
Oh.
I think I bricked on those every single time. It'd be like play Vegapunk blocker from it. It's like, oh, okay, draw 1, I guess, sure. Wow, I guess I lose all my value and I feel so down now. It was so rough.
Yeah. See, I always triggered like they'd be like, "Oh, you misplayed by swinging. Let me punish you." Haha, lucky me.
Oh, I know, Will. Well, I saw you trigger. Like you were. This is the luckiest man alive. I swear to God. It was so...
Yeah, I'm a goat.
We played 5-cost York. What a goat. What a goated card.
Oh, true. The tech option of the century.
I you know what? I love 2-cost Chopper. That is my favorite card. I think York is my least favorite card. Sorry, what does it? Does it kill a 2-cost? What does it kill? Lose a life card, kill West. What a useless card! What an actually useless card!
Because
you incite to crash out.
I mentioned York's name once, and it just spirals out of control.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll try to control myself.
But Will, it was just a trigger body. It's all it was. It was meant to, and sometimes it can kill a blocker.
I genuinely, I'd rather be a vanilla. I don't even want to be tempted with that effect.
Depressing, man. rip the goat. But sorry, I think we got very sidetracked from that one. But I do want to maybe swing a little bit back into just talking about like the decks, the format this set, and I can't put Kaido anywhere like lower. Honestly, like, I can't feel worse about Kaido than I have over the last few cards, man.
Now that I've played it with the performers in person once, thank you, Aaron, for accommodating my the Discord call setup for a game.
It was good. It was fun.
That was very nice. It feels weird. When I played it when it was basically just the 2 10 costs and the leader, it was, queen into the 6-cost king. Next turn you're dropping a 10 cost, and you have like a lot of cards in hand because you're neutral off the queen and you're -1 off the king. So that's really it. And that felt good. Like that genuinely felt better. It just sucks because if you just don't see the cards, you don't do anything, right? Like you don't drop bodies, you don't do anything. That kind of sucked. This time it's like you just have a hand of garbage, and it's like, yeah, the lead performers works. Yeah, your 10 costs work, but you pitched 4 cards. 4 cards to ramp you there. What? Roger's a ramp deck that is kind of close to my heart. I've had it for a long time. I like playing it. This one just feels bad sometimes, where you're like, wow, I actually have to discard 2 here, plus this card that I'm playing, and this card is a +4 event, and I'm losing a +4, and then 2 cards that aren't top end because you need to be able to play those. So it's like you're really losing so much counter just to ramp you, and it feels really bad sometimes. And I'm kind of disappointed with the way the deck went. Just a little bit, though, not crazy.
Yeah, no. I can't imagine this. Like, I don't understand where they thought this was okay with no card draw later in the game, like with nothing. Like, I wish the Jack was like just a draw 2. If the Jack was like a draw 2,
yeah. If the Jack was a draw 2, I'll play it. Is the Jack a draw 1 actually? Because that might actually sway my opinion on it.
No, it's nothing.
It's not.
No.
All right, Jack's a useless card. I want it to burn.
And the issue is though, it's like every draw you could have in this color is like tied to like Mama Rogan. Magurma.
Oh,
Mega
Bring it back. But like all those cards that you could actually have in this deck that like you have in purple is like just draw 1s in a deck that's like minusing 3 to try to get you to a 10 Don play. And then when that happens, again, to be fair though, I think you're playing as Newgate, right? So the fact that you play a 9 for 10 means that he can play a 6 for 12, right? Which gives him the same value. So it's like that's like I think a bad matchup in general, but overall, it still feels bad, man. It still feels bad.
Yeah, where it's like in the Newgate matchup, am I just not supposed to ramp? Am I just supposed to like?
Yes.
I think you just don't play
I don't get it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that matchup because the whole gimmick of the cards, right, is they're kind of underpowered if you play them on a normal curve.
I still think like the 9-cost Linlin isn't bad, but I've seen people play. Honestly, I was looking through the channels, and I saw people try out the 9-cost Luffy, the rush one. as like
The
an
secret
option
rare?
over the Leap Performers.
Oh.
Yeah, because it allows you to just draw a card. It is a -1 Dawn, so
Wait,
it's
can
like
you
you play it
play it?
on 9.
You can't play it off Lead Performers.
No, you don't play Leap Performers in that deck though. Is what I'm saying. It's like they
Oh,
don't play that and instead go.
waste of it.
Well, I'm minus, but at least I'll play a 9 cost that gets me a drawback if I go from the 9 con curve, right? So
And
it's a way to
I
play it
do
instead
like
of doing this.
Yeah, I guess so. It just feels really bad not having a searcher. I've never seen that before in like a modern set where they just don't give you a searcher.
No, but they give you the crazy draw 2 trash one, man.
What card are you talking about?
I like that you don't remember at all. This was a card. No. That's a different, better one.
The X-Drake 2K?
Sorry, let me see. Is it a common? I need to make sure this is a common or not.
Is it the X-Drake? It is the
Nope.
X-Drake, right?
No, it's not. The extra is I think it's a this card
Oh,
from
right, the
hand. Yeah,
extra
it's a trash one from hand. Yeah, -2 by the way for that.
Yeah.
Awful.
Sorry, what card is this? Is this
He's a cool 2K from OP01, I think.
Oh, so I can't even play it. Okay, cool.
No. I'm saying like the character is Orochi. It's an Orochi 1K.
Oh
1K.
yeah, I forgot about that card.
True.
I wonder
I'm
why
even
you
gonna
forgot
try
about it.
Because it's not even in the list. Like, I'm not gonna try to draw cards out of a deck that clearly doesn't want me to.
Sorry, no. I mean, the issue with that card is like it requires you to have a Tangoss in the field. It's bad. Like it's just so bad.
Oh, it does. It does.
It's,
Okay, wait. Go -5 to go +1.
it's
I think the
actually gonna be
idea.
Like I hate
a little
I
bit
hate-
because you can play it off with the blocker Kaido, like you blocker Kaido leader effect, play this Orochi, draw 2 trash one. It's actually, if this was searchable, I think it would actually maybe be playable.
Well, here's
you
the
can't
thing.
do
It's
it
like
early game.
after the blocker Kaido.
I know,
kinda
but
want
you're
to
playing it
hold
to
up 2 for a +4. Because don't you want to just hold up for the +4 though?
holding up
After the
2 Dawn
Kaido?
for +4. I don't think, okay, like in the late game position, like absolutely yes, but like if your opponent is still on 6 Dawn and they have maybe 1 attacker on board, I don't think you need to hold up a +4 event while you're at like 4 life with whatever amount of cards, and I think it would be better actually to accrue card advantage genuinely.
Oh,
And you can also still hold up your 1 costs. Like this is not exclusive. Like you can
but
still
it's
do
like
that.
my deck has like 30 bricks or something. Like I'm just gonna draw a brick. You know.
Well, okay, you can't think that way though.
But
The game
that's-
doesn't work if you think you're never going to draw cards that you want.
If I draw 1 card, I'm more likely for it to have no counter than any counter.
But then you're more likely to draw counter cards later because you filtered through those other 2. Would you rather continue to draw nothing, or would you rather try and get to the something?
Give me a hand with nothing.
Give me a hand with nothing, bro.
This is not a conversation that any deck past OP06 should have.
Can I give a little bit of a maybe an option that I don't know if it's good or if it would be playable in this, but there could be maybe an event oriented Kaido list because there are a lot of good events in this card game at this point, right? In purple at the very least. You could just like consider running the Sanji pudding or the Charlotte pudding, the 1 cost searcher. That's just for an event.
What does that do again?
Or
What does
Sanji.
it search for?
Events, an
if
event.
I know.
That's
I
actually
don't
kind
think
of funny.
Actually, maybe if I start event maxing, like maybe.
I mean, all of your events
Beam Sword
ramp, right? So it's like on one, it's like you try to find like your meteor shower or the other, like the Bakawa, if you're looking for those 2, right?
Yeah, because they do the same thing. They have basically the same main.
Yeah.
Beam
Like,
Sword is
just total-
nasty.
And if you
I
want to,
haven't
you can play
been-
Brand New World. Like technically, there is a world where you can like if you need like more searches, you play Brand New World on 2.
I have been playing Brand New World. I cut it though.
Like I'm saying, there's options for this though, right? Where it's like I don't think you're playing too much top end, but like that could be a possibility of like just trying to like search like filter through it. Or I just randomly good cards. I don't know. Like you could maybe see this as like an option. I think it would be kind of funny. If you are going for like the Gundam Lightning stuff, or like you are going for the minus power build, I could see this being like actually kind of okay. Or like if you need Hakai Ocean Sovereignty, right? Or what was it called? Conquerors? It's just Conquerors Hockey, whatever it is in the
Well, I
not the
think
sim.
those are the same cards, just translated.
Yeah, I know, but whatever it's called though, it's like the one that KOs 2/6 cost. I think is actually
Yeah,
not
I
bad
know what
either.
you're
So
But yeah,
and that one's pretty good search for. There's a couple of decent cards. I don't know. I think it could actually be playable in some universes if you wanted kind of to be a
it's
bit
just
more
like
funny.
it sucks that so many of the cards that are new are not good, and I have to rely on some old cards to like get into old effects. You know what I mean?
Not particularly, no. What do you mean? Like you like the old 6 cost king, like the new, like this one, like that one's good.
No, like I'm using Brand New World to find things. I'm using an old pudding event or a pudding event searcher to get into my events. It's like, why can't like? Do you think Shanks would play like old cards? Not really.
Yeah.
He has basically the best.
Well,
rates
slash
of every-
package.
Hmm?
I mean, slash package stuff. It's playing Perona. Like, what you?
Yeah, sure, but like that's like a
That's-
for everyone card. Like I'm playing.
Yeah, but so
I'm
is the
gonna
pudding
build
though
a deck.
sometimes. But so is
I'm gonna
pudding
build a deck
sometimes.
around events so I can play the pudding, so I can have a search. Why can't they just give me a functional deck from the cards that are in the set?
I mean, sure,
You
but
know?
I feel like I look at like a Nell, right? They played the pudding. Like they played a card that was
Yeah,
from
they do play the
OP12.
pudding, but they also don't even have to do that because, like, I've played both versions of an L, both aggro and removal. They are both strong and both work.
Yeah, what I'm saying with it, like I think having tech options is like a cool thing to have. Obviously, it sucks that you don't have a searcher. I get that, but I'm saying in general though, I think I don't think it's like a bad, like a necessarily bad thing if like the pudding one would work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it might work.
I don't think
I
having
don't
the
know.
options bad is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's just I'd rather just have a straight up search for Animal Kingdom. Like I will genuinely take like a 2-cost top 4 searcher.
Wow, you were
Really?
really down bad, huh?
That's actually just
Wow.
really bad. That's just bad. Give me like a 1 for. You know what I would like actually, because I feel like the Kaido deck doesn't have any like insanely juiced cards. Give me a 1-cost top 3 searcher, activate main, kill it, ramp a Dawn.
No.
Yes.
One Dawn ramp is too much. That's too much. That's
Fine. What about 2-cost top 4, activate main, kill it, ramp a Dawn?
okay. Okay. I can maybe concede that.
Because like I feel like that fixes a lot of the problems that people are having with this deck. Of like, I think one of the ones that I've noticed is if you're put on the even curve, you're doing event ramp, and now you're on the odd curve. You can't start lead performing into queen because then it forces you to stay on 9, and you can't start dropping big guys. You basically have to do lead performer into king, or just straight up play a 9-cost big mom, which I might play in the list. I don't know. What do you think about that card for the deck?
I think it's pretty. I think it's weak. 9-cost big
Really?
mom like the 08 one.
I think so, like the heal one, and then like life of 5 cost or something. You think it's weak?
I think it's just I think it's a 6, but I don't think it's it's ever hitting anything these days. There's just so much cost plus and board protection
But
that I
sorry,
think
isn't it hitting the exact same thing that a Pauper Kaido's hitting?
not exactly because the
No,
Pauper Kaido has the negate. So I
right?
mean there's some situations like
Yeah, like does the Marco stop KO effect, or is it removed from board?
remove from board, but it
Okay,
gets negated.
yeah. So I guess the lifing it would still cause it to trigger, and then you get to
That's
save
right.
it.
That's right. And then I think you're gonna not feel so good about that because it's like an inefficient body. You also got rid of a card for you basically you
It's
played a
true.
bad 9-for-9 body that just gave you a card for gave you a life for one card, which is
Or
worse
do I
than
have to discard a card with it as well?
that's right.
Yeah, I can't do that
Yeah.
because
So
it
it's
is
just at
lead.
that point it's just worse than lead performers because it's like it's the same
Yeah,
card but your opponent has to like pay a cost whatever. Like if they have Kyo, it's like Rox has to discard 2. It's like okay, well they don't care. We all know that they don't care about that.
yeah. No, they don't care.
I wonder if 4-cost Frankie's like ever playable in this, like just for the draw, like in draw maybe.
That's cheeky.
I don't know. It just everything feels rough, honestly. I just don't understand like what you're supposed to be doing here. You know, like the generic purple options. Like I think they're trying to like get you to play in this deck. Just I don't think are good enough, right?
Yeah, they suck.
There's not enough in archetype stuff to actually make this like viable. Like I know in an L, there's like you play enough like non-engine stuff, right? Like like non what is it? It's, an L card like purely for an L cards like the 1-cost vassals and stuff. It's like you're not playing. You're playing the Frankies. You're playing the Reijus. You're playing a bunch of these random bullshit cards. But the thing is, you can play it and like gain value off it because of the leader effect and stuff, and you already have enough good support in the 1-costs. Yeah, no, it sucks, man. I don't know. Like this, I think Kaido's really bad. Like overall, very bad
I
deck.
think it to me it's a little bit of like a weird high rolly situation because I think like if you can get the king into the Kaido into Linlin plus Mamaragan and then go back up to I believe 10 the next turn with the 6-cost king plus active Dawn from Kaido, like it does feel kind of nasty. Like that's when it's good. But we're talking about 100 million unsearchable cards in combination with each other, and it just does not happen very often.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this deck. I'll be so honest. Like, I'm thinking now, just like, is it a 7-cost Kaido angle? Like, just spam those.
think that it's a pretty good card actually. It's a very
Like
good card.
it has rush, it doesn't die. But then like I'll still play top end, but I think way less of it. Not way less, but like less to the point where my hand isn't all top end. That way I can just kind of play those guys. They're only going at lead. Oh, actually, only going at lead kind of just kills me though, right? Like if they just only go at lead, eventually I'll die.
They're pretty good, honestly. I mean, to be fair, this is probably because I am a Newgate player, but I found the most struggle with that matchup when they're playing a lot of the Kaidos and the Kings and just becoming like the board is unkillable. I lose access to a lot of my deck when you don't have a 10k and your board is unkillable. I lose a lot. I lose quite a lot.
Okay.
You know what? If we can maybe solve up with Kaido for a bit. I mean, Rip
Yeah, so
Kaido, not exactly a really it's feeling the worst thing for me out of all the new decks, but I want to talk a little bit more about I think a deck we don't talk about often, really, and that's the Charlotte Linlin, the yellow leader of the set.
Yeah.
It got a lot of cards, a lot of support. I think we've kind of avoided most of it for the most part. But man, have you played against it at all? Like, have you guys like seen what this deck does? Played it or played against it?
Funnily enough, I haven't played against it since it's gotten like in archetype support. I basically only played it back when it was still just 10 cost mom and pudding basically and nothing else. So I don't really have a lot of experience with what they're currently doing, truth be told.
I've seen clips though. I've seen clips where they trigger two guys, play two guys, drop the Linlin. They're still at like 7 life, and then they win.
I do want to mention a little bit on I've played this deck, I've played against this deck quite a bit. Mostly against I played like a couple games with it with this leader, and I feel like I just did not like the gameplay pattern. Not exactly super interesting. But playing against it, I just how do I say this? You're playing a grind game against it, it feels like most times, unless you're again on a super aggro deck and you need to play against it, which I think is probably honestly one of the better ways to play against this deck, weirdly enough. I know obviously trigger deck is feels more rough, but it's weirdly a trigger late game deck, right? Obviously, because you're only activating until later on in the game with the 10 cost. So the small bodies don't actually do too much early on in the game, weirdly enough. But if you are playing the grind game against this deck, God, is it miserable. Like, I swear to God, it's been, for me, at least my experience, I will try to have them gain the life early on, right?
Uh-huh.
To lose cards in hand. But most times, you know what it's been? It's been you play pudding, it doesn't matter. You're still at 8 cards in hand. So they actually don't lose anything from it. So it's the games when you see pudding, you're so unbelievably up. And I've had late games where like I'll be like, well, I have to go for the push. I will take the random card discard, and it gets rid of my top end card that I was going to play that turn. I had a game where
Yeah.
I had like I want to say like 7 cards in hand. I pick the discard, gets rid of a rocks, and it's like, well, that goes my big push. At least my big setup turn I had that was going to be played on there. So I don't know, man. I hate the random discard. I have not been having a fun time against this deck. This was like yellow, yellow on steroids in a way. In the unfun factor.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt. I was gonna say I think we should try to keep randomness out of the game. Like random, like I respect it on like little cheeky negative hollow kind of deals, but I think on a leader effect, I don't think random should really be a thing that's involved. I don't know if you agree.
I do want to say
Um,
one thing about this is that I think to play this card on being on most of the cards makes it me feel a little bit less bad about it in a way where it's like I'm expecting most times I swing in for it to be a trigger, right? For a 4,000 body, but
I
obviously,
meant like for, discarding a random card, not like the triggering.
oh yeah, this card that's awful. Yeah, that one's terrible. I don't know why it's in the game.
No, I don't
Random
care.
discard
Like
like that
triggers
should
are
not be
annoying.
there.
Yeah, triggers are annoying, but it should be like a target, like they choose.
Why is the 4 cost law again? Like, why are there any random discard like options in this game? Like that law should not have been random.
yeah. I
It's
don't
like the
think
same
there's
fucking
enough.
deal.
I don't think there's enough hand filtering in the game, like generically, for it to feel fun to play against random discard. It's just so brutal when it happens to you, and it takes, especially when it's 2 or more cards. Like with the law, it's like 2 cards. It's like I've had games where it takes almost all of my counter, maybe aside from a 1k that I wanted to play on the next turn, and so I end up losing the game because I overtake on turns that I need to not be overtaking, or it takes your entire game plan and you're left with literally nothing. It basically brings you back to the pudding that got banned. It's basically doing the same thing, but it's conditional. Not everybody's playing it though. It's like this weird spot where like not every like Anel is like the most popular deck that's playing it, and not every Anel is playing it. So you're going to be put into weird spots where you're playing against it, but they don't even have it.
Same issue, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, not as I think it's not as bad for sure, but I feel like just having
for
that
sure.
already having hand rip to that degree of -2 is very strong, and it's like when I say like the Nisho do that, right? When it's like a 5 cost Isho have, well, you're only on 6, but you know, go down to 4 man. Feels bad. It feels really bad.
Yeah, that Isho is evil. That's a
Oh
good
god,
card.
yeah. What a fucking card.
What a
Miss
beast.
it. I miss it.
Yeah. But overall though, in yellow though, I'm not a huge fan of this deck. The one that I'll give it though is like I think the board, to be fair, is one of the more interactable yellow boards. You are hitting a bunch of thresholds, I feel like, more often because the base power is so low, right?
Yeah.
That you are just able to kind of seize the board, and on a crackback, you are able to clear the board pretty well too. So I do think it is not a deck that it does not have counterplay in some ways. I just feel like I don't enjoy the grind game against this deck. I don't think it's fun enough because of the random discard, honestly. It's mostly because of that. I think if it didn't have that, and it was either like a just generic discard kind of an issue, or they just changed it completely, I'd be much more happy with this leader. But as it stands, I'm not a fan of the play pattern.
It's in that really rough spot where I think it's at like the I mean, I think all of the OP17 leaders are pretty competitively viable at the most part. But like it's at this weird spot where it's like probably in the weaker of the decks. But it's also like one of, if not the most frustrating to play against. And it's just in the spot where like neither player is having the fun that you think that they should. Because the Linlin player isn't winning as much matches as they probably want to, and then the people playing against the Linlin player are like, damn, what am I doing here? Like I don't want to be here. And that's like a spot you don't really want to be in for card design.
Yeah, and obviously, I think having putting early on, just like having you be at like 8 cards in hand in like a middle game scenario where you're like constantly discarding, right? And I feel like I'll give them the option to gain life, but it doesn't actually change like that much of like their card advantage, right? And they
Mhm.
can eat fives, or they can just like do like the random counters and stuff. And I'm thinking, I can't overswing because if I do, they will just take and they gain a lot from it. But if I underswing, they can still take gain advantage, or they are allowed to just say, I can give you a 1K and not worry too much about it and still feel like I'm at a strong life total in a way, right?
Yeah.
Oh god. No, this deck, man. Yellow. It's yellow, man. What it is.
Good old yellow.
Always been my favorite.
We haven't talked about Newgate yet, but I honestly I think it's a little bit under the radar. I think it's pretty it has a large collection of cards that are like all pretty good, and a lot of them are situational. Like that's the thing about Newgate to me is that like all of the cards are very situational. Your opponent is even allowed to counterplay them a lot of the time, but when they hit, they're very good. Cards like the 4-cost Ezo create board states where your opponent is literally like, okay, I'm swinging into the 8K lead. Do I even want to turn my character sideways to do that? Is it worth taking one card out of the Newgate's hand and losing my body potentially forever?
Yeah.
And then also thinking about like, okay, well, I have this 6 for 10, which is becoming a thing in this game. I don't know how we're getting there, but it's becoming a thing. And it's like, do I actually want to play this on curve and risk my opponent just playing a 6 for 12 on their 7 or 6 on turn? I guess it would be 7 because I don't think we have 5 for 10s. But like, do you want them to
There's
play
one.
this card?
I think there's technically one.
5 for 10? Am I missing
Oh,
that?
sorry. This is only on. Sorry, this is only on your turn, so it won't be opponent's turn, so you can do this.
Okay,
So
then
technically,
that's
it's
fine.
not true. I was thinking the barbell. The new barbell is technically a 5 for 10 if you want to count that one.
Oh, that's cute. I didn't even think about
That's
that,
kind of
but
funny.
yeah.
But
But that's the sort of like the cards are powerful, but the deck can feel fairly weak when your opponent turns their character sideways on turns that are inconvenient, and then they don't play 10 costs until their board or like 10k powers until their board is big, and the Newgate feels like it's too slow. Especially like decks that don't have any 10ks at all, the deck can feel like it very much does not have the firepower to get through a modern deck, their hand and their advantage, whatever the
yeah,
defensive advantage is, because you're mostly swinging 8s and 6s at that point. But
and
you
you're
do
hoping to
still have
spam
offensive
Jozu.
options. You do have offensive options. You have the 7-cost Odin, which on 8, like going second, feels pretty weak, but on first actually it can be quite strong, especially paired with a 5 for 6 on 5. you can get quite a lot of pressure that your opponent can't really interact with often because it's like Marco on 5.
Yeah, no, Newgate, what a deck. What a deck, man. I can't.
I think it's actually become pretty good. I think I would rank it if I had to choose between Kaido, Linlin, and Newgate, because I think these are the bottom 3 of the set. Maybe Blaffy. I don't really like Blaffy, but we'll get into that later. Like, I think I would choose Newgate over those two, maybe even over Blaffy if I had to pick a deck to play competitively. I think there's just, it's got a much, like, but basically every matchup feels playable, at the very least. They're not just getting exploded by some random matchup that you can't win.
You know, I can't wait for the set to come out, and Kaido is somehow technically the best deck in the format. I
I
am definitely on Kaido
Kaido's a
being the
matchup
worst right
machine.
now. Yeah.
It's a matchup machine. I think there's some matchups where you just, like, your opponent just does not have a way to do anything against you. You just ramp to 10, your bodies are too big, they can't clear them, your swag is too strong. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure, you got some things going on. I just don't feel like overall it's going to be doing too much against the current decks, right? I don't imagine a world where like it's probably fine against. So, have you played against Mihawk at all? Like I think Mihawk seems like it'd be a pretty okay matchup for Kaido. I think Shanks is like the worst one though, right? Weirdly enough, like that's a really bad Shanks matchup, but like probably a pretty good Mihawk one.
Down so much. It's just like you play a guy, he'll rest it, keep it rested, or you swing with a guy and it's never untapping ever again. Same with Roger. I played it a lot with Roger, the Roger Shanks, and winnable because I won. Just very slow, very slow.
Yeah, but the Roger has like rushing top end, which means that
You have rushing. I mean, the Rayleigh is basically a goat because you can rest the Yasop, swing into the Yasop, and that's like huge.
Good. Yeah.
Because of that, that's what makes it winnable. If not for Rayleigh, it would be pretty chover.
Do you guys want to talk about Blaffy?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably pretty important.
I think that's gonna be the most divisive.
Yeah, I think you've been pretty down on Blaffy just in general in the last few.
I have a
right?
fully proxy Blaffy deck that I've been playing as and against. I'm
I
actually quite versed.
I highly suspect that my more radical opinion about it being worse than it probably actually is likely due to the fact that I'm playing Whitebeard, and that matchup is pretty good for me from basically all angles. The Blaffy player really has no good plays.
They have to play the Loki, right? To like,
yeah, if they don't play the Loki, they get murdered. And I still have because I still have access to AK lead. It was more of a matchup when they didn't have to play Loki, and then I didn't have AK lead. Then it became a little bit weird. But with the Jozu, like, still become AK lead. Their board is doing nothing. They can't even turn their Loki sideways. They can't turn anything sideways because it just dies instantly to the Ezo because they need to put on pressure. Now I've got Rockio, which can KO their Straw Hats very easily. It's pretty good from basically every angle.
Yeah, you deal with I'm not sure if you play it still, but you deal with Jinbei. You deal with the new 1 cost blocker that they have, the 2-hit counter one, right? That one you also hit too. So
yeah, but I think that's partially why my opinion is probably more negative on it. I think it probably is a deck that has fairly decent matchup spread, as it has lots of options in the card pool. I mean, there's cards you're not playing that do stuff that are good. Like it's got tons of options. That's the thing about this deck.
I mean, I think the Loki combo, I think just going into the 8 cost to just go through, it's a strong, I think, combo piece they have there. I think those two plays are good. Yeah. I guess a lot. I want to see how it goes into green. That is when I feel like is going to definitely change how I view the deck. I can imagine this being fairly decent into it. Obviously, the problem with it being 10 cost Shanks, I think, does completely hose the entire strategy of the deck, right? Obviously, that's like the one big issue with it. But at the very least, you can't get Mihawk Eluned as easily in that, right? Because like obviously your big guys are going to be a little bit more or less susceptible to being frozen in that matchup. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to see. I'm glad though that hopefully in that matchup that there are ways for that deck to win. I think it's not like impossible to win in that matchup. So hopefully, yeah, I'll try it out though. I want to test it out. I haven't tried too much Blaffy, so it'd be kind of fun to try on Sim. So give it a look.
If you guys care about the Blaffy Kaido, it feels quite Kaido favored. Even though the popper doesn't hit the Loki, they can't really like. So what if they have an 11 cost on their an 11K blocker on their 6th Dawn, when on my relative 6th Dawn I have a 12K blocker.
Yeah. Right? I didn't realize. I thought that the like Brooks spam would be quite strong against you, but I guess the leader effect does a lot of heavy lifting against 5Ks.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Like I can clear their 5Ks very easily. The only one that the part that just really does suck is the Popper Kaido is basically useless completely. It hits nothing in the deck.
That's probably the 2 of right in most decks right now. I've seen it as like sometimes a 3, but it's like when they go even with the 4 cost block, sorry, the 10 cost blocker Kaido. But most times I've seen it as like a 2 of in the list.
I'm 4-ofing the blocker Kaido mostly just because I want to play 4 of the Fritter version, but it's this deck is so weird. It's like a toolbox deck, but it's only top end, and you only have like a screwdriver and a hammer. You're missing the rest of the toolbox.
Yeah. You know, I will say I do wonder if like if Blaffy does get like some really good Brook value, that maybe that is like a worse matchup for you, and it's just maybe people are just figuring it out. Like, I still feel like Blaffy probably is doing okay into this deck or into Kaido.
Oh, maybe. We will see.
I would like
Maybe
to
it's
see
just
though.
difficult. Maybe it's just difficult
It could be
to figure out.
There's just so many blockers. I feel like having the ability to say I can just drop a Gird or drop a 1 cost to protect your entire board maybe seems a bit too good, but
that's why Kaido's so good, is it can kind of stall against the Loki, against the Blaffy gameplay. It's like you only have 4 Girds, and I know you can recycle them with like. I've gotten to the point where all their Girds are in bins, all of their A cost Luffy's have been used. It's the deck is just kind of bad.
Oh.
Black Luffy feels to me like the worst deck, and I know it's kind of biased because it's like, oh, Kaido beats it, so Kaido's better, which means it's a better deck. I know
it's
that's
biased,
just
yeah.
not how it works.
You are biased.
But trying to hide my bias, I've played against it with Roger, Moria, Peanut Butter Luffy, and Kaido, and I've lost 1 game. And it was I was playing Moria, and all 5 of my life cards that I got throughout the game were not triggers. 3 of them were stage cards, and the other 2 were 6 cost Morias, and I just lost.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's just the self-experience stuff, right? Where it's like, well, you know what? You never know. Like this could actually just potentially be like a really bad matchup, but like obviously maybe you drew well, maybe these other things happen. But yeah, it's hard to know.
It's the fact that I've played against it with so many different decks that do kind of different things, and it couldn't really beat any of them. Like with the PB one, it was just like, okay, I'm a 7K leader, and then all their 5Ks just kind of fell by the wayside.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a problem though, right? Is if you are gonna have like the issue with the swings. Like obviously the AK is like the big one. Like that one seems like it's gonna make that matchup like very unwinnable in a way. But
Which
yeah,
one?
I think like it's like against like decks like the green, like green, it seems pretty good overall. Like they can't really do it till late game. I think it's like not really when you're spamming the low power guys, anyways. So yeah, this was a good like green matchup. I feel like it might do pretty well into yellow as well. I do understand like yeah, probably is not doing as good until like leaders that can go to higher base power, like like certain black decks or
basically every black deck. Like every black deck can kind of just make a Nightmare Luffy build.
Yamato can't.
Yeah, well, I said every. Sorry, did I say every good black deck? I meant to say every good black deck.
That's
It's like one of those, by the way. It's like one singular good black deck.
That's a lot,
Emu?
bro.
Emu in this format seems really good, guys. Like, please play more Emu. Stage has nothing to worry about. It's fine.
Give me more stage hate value, please.
Well, it's welcome back, Tempest Kick Sky Slicer.
It's never been more up. Oh my god, yeah. No, but I want to maybe we can give like a. I'm trying to think like from a worst to best. I probably have like worst being Kaido. Then I might have it as. I'm like, yeah, I will say up in the air between Newgate and Linlin here.
What?
Actually, what's the other deck here? Sorry, what's the other one? It's
Blaffy.
Blaffy.
Is that what you're thinking?
No, I wouldn't have Blaffy there. I might go Newgate, Blaffy, Linlin, Rock Shanks, maybe. The middle's weird. I think the middle's like kind of can be a little bit more like a toss up, but overall I think it's like just kind of how I'm feeling about this like these decks right now.
I might have Linlin at worst, then Kaido, then I'm thinking about between Newgate and Blaffy. I think I would do Blaffy, then Newgate, then Shanks, then Rocks for myself.
I'm thinking more like, even though I am biased, Kaido was the worst. So I have it as Kaido, Blaffy, and then I think it'd be Linlin, Rocks, Shanks, I think.
Newgate first? Newgate first?
For Newgate. Oh, I forgot about Newgate.
Everyone has, man. I'm kidding, actually. No,
I guess Newgate is first.
The Newgate lovers are actually
Let's
insane.
go.
Okay,
Let's
are we live? So where'd you put Newgate though? Where'd you put Newgate?
Like probably
3,
like
4?
yeah, like in same spot as Linlin.
Like they're the same deck, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're basically they do the exact same deck. They have the same game plan of
Yeah.
Doing nothing, yeah, losing to every other deck in the format. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Newgate seems great. I think you're a little bit lower on them than I think it's probably should be. I don't know. Like I think it is a good deck overall. I think it's annoying though. Is the issue.
Yeah, I don't think. I think like one thing I will say is it probably will not show up in really long form tournaments very often. No, I don't think it has the sort of matchup consistency to get there.
You know what? I would like to try that
all
matchup maybe.
All it's doing is you're gaining a bunch of life. All of them say play this card, and then they play the 10 cost, right?
Pretty much.
It's not as bad as like Rogers in terms of like sometimes you hit the ramp, sometimes you don't.
I say like worst overall is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I think like Kaido and Linlin could be swapped, but I don't know. I personally think that Kaido is a little bit stronger than Linlin. Just
let's go.
Yeah. Just
cope, buddy. Just cope.
Especially because I think it might have Kaido might have a decent rocks matchup.
Now, in your opinion, this is my question. Okay,
yes.
What is the coolest leader effect of the set? And yes, I am goldfish.
A lot of them.
Kaido.
A lot of them are like generic. A lot of them are generic, like very interesting. The coolest leader effect.
Because we all know it's not Shanks's, right? We know it's not Shanks's.
We know it's Linlin for sure. Yeah, no, for 100%.
I think Linlin is the most interesting because it's such a strange effect, like very weird. It's not typical, but I do also like Kaido and Newgate just for the same reason that they're kind of just like these just generic value pieces. You don't activate them all the time, but it's just something extra that your leader can do. Seems pretty good.
I think Kaido's is sorry. I think Whitebirds you're almost always activating in some shape or form.
Yeah,
right?
that's true, right? If you're gonna counter, you might as well use your leader effect.
Yeah, it's funny. But Kaido's is one that you're not gonna do as much because obviously the minus down is a bit more, less bad.
Yeah, I don't actually use Whitebeard leader effect super often. It's actually like a weird. The thing that you use it the most for, I've found, is like you don't really you cannot get starved if you're Whitebeard, so you want to take hits early, and basically like what you do is your opponent goes like 5-7, let's say. Like it allows you to take the 5 so that they have to commit to the 7, and then you counter the 7 for the same amount of cards you counter the 5. But just like it forces them to attack you, and then you can counter, and then you can choose how many life you want to take in order to build your hand for becoming 8k.
Yep.
What if they just stop attacking after you take the 5 though?
It doesn't
then
matter.
You don't have to give them the card.
Yeah, it's better for you.
So you drew the life that you wanted to do, and then you don't have to give them the card. So that would be very good for you, I would say.
What if they just play the game bad? What if they play the game poorly?
But now you're thinking, what if they just don't attack lead at all? And it's like, I don't think they can quite do that.
Yeah, they can't afford.
It's like you put on enough pressure on the first curve with the Odin that like your opponent does actually have to do stuff. They can't just like let you stay at 5 life the whole game, because like even if you have only 5 cards or whatever in the late game with 8k leader and leader effect, it's actually quite a lot of counter power.
I think you're always searching too is the big one. Like you have like so many searches in that deck that like you're gonna find your top end anyways, so it doesn't actually matter if you starve quite as much. And you're going like neutral like most times, right? So
yeah,
you guys have searchers?
I have 4 searchers.
Yeah, he's a lot.
I'm playing 4 searchers because
you know what? Will, I have 0 searchers. I have 0.
Really?
Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah, Zebek has no searchers. I will say, anything else overall though, guys? I feel like
no, I just want to say that I'm excited. It looks like it'll be fun.
All right, well, anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys hopping on here.